We recently had a detailed lecture on having the companionship of angels, how we can bring our friends, our awliya, as in Surah Fussilat, which is Surah Hamim Sajda. Angels say, نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة. We are your friends, your allies, your supporters, your companions in this dunya and akhirah. Those who attended that lecture, inshallah ta'ala, they would have benefited from it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase in their knowledge and bring this knowledge into the actions. We should find ways so that we can be in the companionship of these angels. And in akhirah, we will hear from them that we were your friends in this dunya and akhirah. Angels are around a pious, a righteous person. Sufyan ibn Uyayna says that when someone thinks of doing a good deed, an angel can smell a good fragrance from them. And if a person thinks of doing a bad deed, an angel smells a foul odor from that person and they go far away from that person. It is same for a liar. An angel can smell bad odor from a lying person, from a liar, and they do not come near him. So never lie. Remember that not a single word we utter when there are angels to record it, who are called kiramin katibin, those who write down our records, our deeds. How many angels everyone has? 4. 2 are kiramin katibin and the other 2 are guardian angels. So before we end this week's lesson, just briefly review about some of the angels mentioned in Quran and Sunnah. How many angels do you think you know of? So among all the angels, malaika, there are 4 elite angels, those at the highest position. وَالْمُقَسِّمَاتِ أَمْرًا. What are the affairs they take care of which they are commanded? So we know about Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam. He is the leader of all the angels. He is given the highest job of delivering the message, this Quran. Then Mikael or Mikael alayhi salatu wasalam, who is responsible for provisions, rain and other things. Then Israfil alayhi salatu wasalam, who will blow the trumpet on the day of judgment, responsible to seize a massive amount of arwah, spirits, qabdul arwah. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I lost all my appetite for this world if I had any. The 4th one is Malik al-Maut, the angel of death. Then we know about other angels, Malik, who is the keeper of hell, with other 19 angels. Then Munkar Nakir, the ones who will ask the questions in the grave. There are angels of mountains. As we know that Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam said to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam after the incident of Ta'if, here is the angel of mountains. If you order, he can crush this down between the mountains. But our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, no, there may be someone in their progeny who will be on deen. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam forgave them. Allahu Akbar. There are angels who have different duties, as we know from a hadith narrated by Abu Huraira in Sahih al-Bukhari, which states that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, every day 2 angels come down from heaven, and one of them says, Ya Allah, compensate every person who spends in your cause, and the other angel says, Ya Allah, destroy every miser. So we should never be miser and keep spending in the path of Allah, of this deen, whatever we have. If we have wealth, spend it for Allah's sake. If we have knowledge, spend it for Allah's sake. Spread it around. If we have time, spend your time in doing voluntary acts. Spend whatever you have. We know that there are angels who are constantly involved in Allah's worship, who are doing tasbih, dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we know from a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam once asked his companions, Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, that do you hear any sound? There is no space of 4 fingers in the skies where an angel is in sajdah, ruku', doing tasbih of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we know that there are angels who are doing the circumambulation of Baytul Ma'mur, which is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the skies. 70,000 angels circumambulate it, do its tawaf. These 70,000 angels are once done, their turn will never come again. Allahu Akbar. Then we know about the angels of the carriers of throne, Hamilin al-Arsh. They are huge. Distance between their earlobes and the shoulders is a travel of 700 years. Do you know what these angels say? Those who carry the arsh, the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask forgiveness for the believers, for the mu'mineen who stay on the right path, on the path of this deen, who repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They seek forgiveness for these believers and ask Allah to save them from the hellfire. Allahu Akbar. Then there are angels at the doors of Jannah. So there are many different angels, huge armies of angels who obeying Allah's commands. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has assigned angels for different duties. He has assigned angels to be with those who believe in Him, who believe in Allah, those who obey Allah's commands, who stay steadfast on deen. Do you know that who was the first being that comes to you in the womb of your mother? It is an angel. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends an angel in the womb after 120 days who blows a spirit, a soul. And then with Allah's commands, He writes down rizq, our life, death, the deeds we will do, good deeds or bad deeds. Angel writes down everything. These angels are an important part of our life, even if sometimes we realize or not. They are the ones who calls us to do good throughout our life. When we sleep, an angel comes to us and says 3 times, "Ikhtim bi khair, ikhtim bi khair, ikhtim bi khair." Do something good, end your night in good, do a good deed. And a devil also comes and he says, end your night in evil, end your night in bad. We have a choice at that time. The good deeds of our next morning depends on the night before, what we did the night before. Whatever we planned at night for the next morning, plan something good for the next morning, that inshallah ta'ala, anything you can think of before sleeping, that I will give some charity, some sadaqah tomorrow, I will do this good deed, I will join a class to learn this thing. And if you are stressed out and thoughts are coming to you to drop out from a class you're already enrolled in, you are learning, then know that this is from shaitan. Shaitan is whispering. Instead of saying, I cannot do it anymore, say that inshallah ta'ala, I will be steadfast on it. I will make a better schedule. I will adjust other things. I will not leave it. Will keep learning and will keep on making efforts. Angels are with the one. Seek knowledge. Angels spread their wings on that person. Person who is learning is under the wings of the angels. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that a knowledgeable, learned person has a preference over others is like me over the lowest Muslim. SubhanAllah, what an honor given to a knowledgeable person. When we have knowledge, then we do right things, we bring into our actions, and we live with a purpose. We avail from each and every moment of our life. We avail from even the last minutes before sleeping. How so? Make wudu before sleeping. When a person sleeps in the state of wudu, subhanahu wa ta'ala sends an angel who spends entire night making dua for that person. Angel says, Ya Allah, forgive your servant as he went to bed in a state of wudu. Subhanallah, this is the time when we want to relax. And if we waste time on our screens, on our devices, chatting with others, texting, shopping online, wasting time on watching useless shorts, videos that can corrupt our soul right before sleeping, do not do that. Sometimes bad thoughts come in our mind at that time when we relax, but if something bad happened throughout the day, we think of that, we think negative about people, we backbite. Forget about everything, relax, immerse yourself in ibadah at that time. Recite few ayat of Quran, especially do the adhkar before sleeping. Say Ayatul Kursi, as when we say it, an angel guards us throughout the night. Subhanallah, we even sleep in the company of the angels when they are around us. These are very easy and short reminders that we can be in the company of our noble friends, of our awliya. We always want to be in the company of our friends to spend time with them, but we have never thought how to be in the company of our real friends, our awliya. They're always with us if we just do things right. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll all try to apply on it. Have to discuss in your groups about a few things, about a few reminders that we can do throughout the day and in the night, which we have discussed. You all have to memorize a short dua which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say for sleeping. It is only of 6 words. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was about to sleep, he would place his right hand under his cheek and he would say, Allahumma qini adhabak yawma tab'athu ibadak. So he would say it 3 times. It means, Ya Allah, protect me from your punishment on the day your servants are resurrected. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us implement on what we have learned. Try and make an effort to do good deeds so that we can be in the company of our awliya and in akhirah in the highest companionship of our Lord. آخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.